Okay, so we're at 15 minutes away from 12 p.m. JST, which is usually when they drop the Resonator showcases. Well, today should be the time when they drop the Resonator showcases. So I'm gonna do this like live stream here, like a waiting room type thing, to basically just give my like live, actual, full-on reaction to this. So yeah, I watched the Resonator Combat Showcase yesterday, and that was pretty interesting. I hadn't seen that when it first dropped, so I watched that with everyone yesterday. It was pretty good. And yeah, so while we're waiting until that drops here, I've got the official Wuthering Waves YouTube channels up here, both the English and the JP as well. And yeah, while we're waiting for that, I wanted to just go through the recent post that they made here about the upcoming part 2 of 2.6. Kush Patel, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Suki, hello. I'm pretty good. A little bit hot, you know, but just to sort that out. But that's not meant. I mean, it's actually getting quite toasty. But hopefully, the weather should cool down the day after tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you very much for thank you very much for that. All jokes aside, I disagree, but thank you very much either way. And you, Kush, as well. Yeah, so it's actually today now for Lolo. Yeah, hopefully. Unless they throw us a curveball again. So while we're waiting, we've got like 14 minutes until then. I wanted to read through what they've given us here about the upcoming part of the second part of 2.6, right? So here is a compilation of the upcoming events in version 2.6. We've got By Sun's Scourge, that's the first half. By Moon's Revelation, that's the second half. So By Moon's Fated Light, the main quest, Chapter 2, Act 9. Right? I'm reading my Roman numerals correctly. And here we have Iuno, like resting on a tree branch type thing here. With the crisis resolved, you attend the victory ceremony by invitation of Ceremonial Officer Bruno, amidst the crackling bonfire and joyous cheers of the crowd. Now that the countless petals are to be thrown into the sky to become the rain of glory and triumph, you might finally reunite with the girl you have never forgotten in a way even beyond fate's grasp. So this is like hinting towards the thing like, everyone else seems to have forgotten her, but you haven't, but Rover hasn't. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to do that. Summer hack for me? I'll have to check that out in a minute. Gifts of the Moon Roamer. Oh, yeah. I made a post about this, I think it was a week ago or so. Yeah, we've still got another like 20 pulls. We've still got another 20 pulls. Like, well, 10 pulls on the Limited banner with the Radiant Tides, and another 10 pull on the Forging Tide, the weapon banner as well. So we've still got another 20 in there. That's been pretty cool. So all you have to do to get them as well, you just, as soon as the part 2 drops, you log in, you get them. You don't have to do any like messing around. There are other events for that, but you don't have to do that for this. So that's pretty cool. I think a lot of people forgot those as well. For a brief moment, I also forgot as well. Second Coming of Solaris Ultra, the leisure event. Certain anomalies can be found in game scenes. After locating these anomalies, use the utility zoom camera to capture them, then work out the Bertolt to modify them. Basically what this is, like, you just go to a location, you try and find anything that's like seems out of place, take a picture. Yeah, these kinds of leisure events are pretty boring. I'm not gonna like lie about that. I really do not enjoy these leisure events. Like, I'm actually curious how many of the player base does enjoy these. Like, who enjoys like these kinds of, you know, all the leisure events where it's just basically just go to location, take a picture, go to the location, take a picture. Not for me. Personally, not for me. But I'm going to do it anyway because that's a 400 asteroid right there. So here, and the next one here, we've got Moonlit Revelation. We know how much you don't like leisure. Alright, look at you little shit. It's not that I don't like leisure, I just don't like these types of leisure events. They're fucking boring. Like the leisure events such as, where you could class leisure events such as the Peaks of Prestige. That's a leisure event. I would even go so far as to like, argue that I think the recent tower defense type mini game is also a leisure event. You know, I think so anyway. Another big patch, wasn't there one just the other day? No, that's the first half of the big patch. This is the second half. So yeah. That's dumb. It's an attempt to keep people more engaged throughout the patch. But yeah. Jinjo, hello everyone. Good evening. It's actually Konyomi? You're from the Yomi side? Welcome in. It's still the morning for me right now. Konyomi. Yeah, that's a greeting for Yomi's chat. Konyomi, you got Konsera, Konyomi. Yeah. It's an interesting thing that a lot of streamers in Japan do. They like do kon and then they put part of the streamer's name there. There's reading onto here. Log in each day during the event to receive, should I say, 1 Waveborn Moonstone. Use Waveborn Moonstones to decipher lunar phases and earn rewards along with limited time buffs. Decipher 7 lunar phases to obtain the exclusive avatar Wax and Wane. I actually do not remember what this means. Like to decipher lunar phases. Like this one, I'm kind of interested. Like, what does that mean? I do not remember. Maybe I'm just forgetting. High chance of that. But I'm interested to see what they mean about that. Your first encounter with the con name was in 2019. It's been quite a while. It's been out for a few years. Barely have enough of the weapon. I just use my weather app to determine moon phases. You know, it'd be really interesting if... Oh, wait, they can't really... Can they do this? No, they can. If they could, like, actually cycle the moon phases in the game to match up with the real-life moon phases as well. That'd be pretty interesting. The events you consider leisure are not leisure? Because you actually have to think? Well, there's a difference between like leisure and brain dead, right? For example, I would consider swimming leisure. That's fun. I still have to use my body and my mind to do something. I have to exert a certain amount of effort in it, but it's still leisure. Yeah. I think we just have different interpretations or different ideas of what leisure means, I'm guessing. Beyond the Waves Reunion featured exploration event. During the event, you can complete event objectives once per day to obtain a set number of adventure logs. Each adventure log can be exchanged for an adventure package. Basically, it's just things like absorb an echo, or tune an echo, or fight this, use intro skill, just something like that, and then you tick off a box that you did this. It's like an extra on top of the daily login bonus type thing. Relaxing on a chair is leisure, but swimming is a different type of leisure. It's still leisure though. Active leisure. Okay, well, if you want to make that distinction, I prefer active leisure. I feel leisure needs to be fun for the person. That's also a very, very big part of it. And I do not have any degree of fun with go to location, take picture. Did they do the new Tower of Adversity floors? I haven't done them yet, no. I don't consider swimming a leisure because I can't swim. That's your problem. Or don't know how to. I would recommend learning. It's a good skill to have, just in case, you know. Chord cleansing, double event, why not? Double tuners, double resonance, echo experience, yeah. A compilation of upcoming events in version 2.6 across times waxes and wanes. That's if you're not familiar with like the moon cycles, it's either a waxing moon or a waning moon. A waxing moon means it starts to become a full moon, whereas a waning moon is where it starts to become a new moon, which is ironically, when you don't see the moon, that's called a new moon. So I can't finish the middle tower. I don't have anyone to benefit from the heavy damage. You know what some people are good to say about that? Skill issue. I disagree, but That some people will say that. And here for this is just basically the banner, and the banner for Iuno is going to be, of course, Iuno herself, and Alto, Baija, and Tauchi, who we haven't seen any of these characters in the story since. Well, we saw Alto just before we set off for Riensita, but we haven't seen Baija or Tauchi like since Acts. No, Baija we saw in 1.3, and Tauchi we haven't seen since Act 6 in 1.0. Don't forget the Gibbous and Crescent. Yeah, those are like the midway points, right? Also, the rerun banner is going to be Shikana as well. I enjoy Shikana. I don't know about any of you who enjoys playing Shikana. I do. I think Shikana is pretty fun to play. I wish there was like something more going on with her ult though, because just like pressing 2 buttons at the same time, probably fine for mobile, but I would like a bit more of an actual rhythm game thing going on there. Like instead of just like waiting and doing boom, boom. I would like if I would much prefer it if it was like if they would split that damage up into quarters and have like boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I would just more prefer that if you want to like keep her and stay as her. On field through her ult animation, but people usually just pop ult and go to another character anyway, usually Flidleys, but it is what it is, you know? Carthea, should I say. She's pretty fun with her jump cancel. Yes. Did I see Galbrain's and the Chu Yuan leaks? No, I avoid leaks like the plague. I've said this from the start, and I'll continue to say I avoid leaks like the plague. I've had a theory that if he's going to be a blind samurai, I'm guessing his tacit mark is either going to be like around his ear or maybe near his eye or something like that. I don't know. And Galbraina, we already saw Galbraina. Galbraina's tacit mark, that was shown when she was like at first initially released. Like you could see it for a split second on her back. That was confirmed. Afternoon game mode. We have 3 minutes left until the theoretical, what we assume to be the countdown for Iuno's Resonator Showcase. So I'm looking forward to that. Moongazer's Sigil here. This weapon, I still cannot believe that she's a gauntlet user. How the gauntlets of all things, you know? Like, to be fair, I think a lot of the weapons that they start bringing out in Wuthering Waves would more or less suit, for the most part, not all of them, would more or less suit rectifiers if they want to do all these weird, crazy stuff, which would like put a lot of people in a lot of characters in the rectifier thing. Personally, I'm going to say this again. I think they should have done what HSR did. Honestly, that or ZZZ as well. This is something that they have done quite well. Is that they don't give them like actual weapon types. It's more like a very, very ambiguous thing, like the light cone route or the W engine route. That was, I think that would have been a lot better. It would have given a lot more freedom to do that. I'm going to do the EN and JP versions put together. So, oh, you mean you're going to do the Narushio thing? Okay. At this point, might as well be ambiguous. Yeah, I mean, I often joke around like when they release character things, like when they seem to be fusion. I'm going to say clearly Glacio. When they seem to be sword, I'm going to say absolutely a pistol user. I just don't give a fuck right anymore. I'm not even going to bother giving any sort of actual serious guess as to what a character will or will not be, because I have zero clue. The community voted for this. I wasn't asked. I'm just saying I think they should have done that. And this is some whale stuff that I don't really care about. I do not buy these packs. I buy the daily login and the battle pass. That's about it. Okay, we are at 59 minutes. 59 minutes. So let me just turn this off. In anticipation, and let me just get my headphones on as well, ready and waiting. So we can all watch this together. Time to refresh my packs. Good for you. Okay, 59. What? There used to be a thing. Oh, okay, 12. I'm refreshing. Okay. Let's go to Wuthering Waves on here. Oh, it's on the they just released it on Twitter. I'm wondering, can I give them just a few more seconds? No? No. Okay, let's watch it on Twitter then. Fuck it, let's go.
The flames of fate lit long ago.
So this is what we saw in the previous, at the end of the other one. One second, let me just turn this up a little bit more for you. Hang on a sec. Redo. I don't want you guys to not hear this shit.
The flames of fate lit long ago. A priestess born in a lunar eclipse sees what
I really like the
will.
attention to sound details. Like they have sounds for everything. Like just
Anchored
picking up,
picture of
pulling an arrow out, the drawstring. Really, really
From
good.
that moment on, the life of Iuno was thus ordained.
Okay,
As
so this
the
is new.
prophecy foretold.
Prophecies.
I seek the threads of causality. Whatever I see will come to pass. Amidst the chaos, I spoke fate's absolute truth.
Oh, this is like only priestesses
I
can
saw
paint on the wall, right?
calamity's descent, dark tide surging,
Yo!
civilization into the void.
If they actually bring this and actually make that happen in the world, I would be so happy.
If this is the future,
Like, instead of having a prophecy that we thwart, I was like, have a prophecy that we actually live through. I think that would be pretty cool.
The further I see, the closer I approach the deathly quiet. The more I observe, the clearer the unthinkable end becomes. If such cruelty awaits, what value remains
Got some, like,
to speak of?
New echoes in there? No? Who's that? One sec, I'm in the way.
What are you drawing?
The great priestess saving Septimont, of course.
But I've never seen such an ending.
So what? Who
Huh.
says you can only draw what you've seen? Isn't it up to you how it should be?
Is this like the third or fourth time we've had like
give it a
younger
try.
versions of the character? Gotta be like the fifth at least. Small Iuno, yeah. What is that? Oh, it's a chisel. Okay. And this is supposed to be the upcoming Dark Tide, right? She's using that chisel like a pencil. Okay, fair enough. And we know that every time she uses her powers, she like erases a piece of her existence. This music is so good. I know Marco's gonna love this. False Sovereign.
No. I was never following anything. Every step.
Like you can see like the minute details, like the shaking in the fingers. As well.
The moon refuses to shine on the darkness ahead.
Nice! Going with the boomerang.
Then it's up to me to draw fate's bow and release it where I choose.
The flames of
Okay.
fate lit long ago. gifted priestess.
Was that her lighting a fire or something? Interesting.
From that moment on,
because she didn't hit the false sovereign. She aimed it to the top of the tower, to the top of the building.
to define.
Huh. It talks, yeah. Yeah, we the voice was very similar to what we heard of, like the Thenodian as well. So, well, Dark Tide Thenodian, obviously. Let me just turn the sound off on that. Like, there's a lot of lore stuff in here that we've already been like introduced to. As I said, these walls in the temple, the only people allowed to draw or to depict anything on these walls are the priestesses, from what I remember. Right? And you've got all this here, like all this flames, all this destruction, all this like calamity as well. And I know that, like I said when we watch this, I know that it's very often that we have these prophecies, and then the thing of we're gonna prevent the prophecy. But I actually liked it, like they did in Thor, right, where they realized there's no real point in trying to thwart the prophecy. It's going to happen regardless. Let's just let it happen and save as many people as possible. And I would love to like live like just. Of course, they tried their best to mitigate the damage that happens throughout this event, but I don't want to like avoid it entirely. I would like to actually go into this and just imagine all of the world that we're playing through right now, all of Septimont, like as it looks right now. Just imagine like I would not put it past them. Imagine they just drop a world environment changing update where everything's just on fire and destroyed for that part of the story, for that part of the quest. And we have to go through, we have to like put down all these different tacit discords that are coming out from the Dark Tide. Like, imagine actually playing through that. That would be sick. That would be really, really good. I'm really hoping for something like that. And again, we've got one second, I'm in the way again. Like, this is very, very clearly small Iuno. I think this is like the fourth time, at least we've had small Changli, we've had small I'm trying to go in order, in chronological order. Small Changli, you've got small Cantarella as well, small Shakona, we've had small Augusta, and now small Iuno. So that's 5, at least. Am I forgetting anyone? I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. I might be. And it's interesting that even though Iuno is a priestess, she's not writing on the wall, which is allowed by priestesses. She's writing on the floor instead. Small Carlotta. Did we have a small Carlotta? We had reference to a young Carlotta, but not actually. I don't think. Did we? Oh wait, no. In one of the cutscenes, we did see a small Carlotta. Yes, true. A little bit Jinshi. I don't think it was confirmed to be Jinshi. Are we getting a small Chu Yuan? No idea. Small Lupa. Do we have a small Lupa? I don't remember. It's the thing that they often give a lot of these characters their own small version. Like, and here, this is pretty interesting. The Great Priestess saving Septimont, of course, but I've never seen such an ending. So she's talking about what she's seen in her prophecies, and the younger version of her is like, so what? Who says you can only draw what you've seen? Isn't it up to you how it should be? So this is a case of like her telling her older self here that you shouldn't be a slave to your own prophecies. Like, you should be able to determine, you should be able to decide what the future will be. Like, just like create your own future. It's out in on here now. Took you a while. Anchor of the Future. In fact, now I want to listen to the JP version. Let's have a listen to the JP version.
運命の炎が示したのは、月食の日に生まれたサトシの女が見えなくなった未来を、
The future she's not
セブンヒルズの未来
able to see
を
anymore.
アンカーする姿。あの日、
We've been hearing a lot about
私の
anchors
人
as
生
well.
は決まった。予言によると、私が因果を求め、
Like, I think anchor is going to be a lot more important in the story going
必ず
forward.
起こるそうよ。混沌の中、人々に運命を伝えたわ。けれど見えてしまったの。最悪が降り、黒潮が押し寄せ、
Kuroshio,
文明が消える
the dark
姿。
tide, the black tide.
あれは
Well, the black wave could also be interpreted
セ
as.
ブンヒルズと私たちの終わりよ。これが真実だとして、どう伝えればいいの？
Like, she's afraid to tell them what she's seen.
遠くを見るほど死が近づき、
I wonder if she's ever going to get her powers back as well. From what I understand, I think that she's lost her powers. That's why she's lost her part of
この残
existence.
酷な未来にどんな価値があるの？
Because there are a lot of flags in here for like a bad ending for Iuno.
何を書いて？
サトシの女が助けに来てくれた絵。
そんな結末見えなかったわ。
それがどうしたの？
I'm trying to see if there's any difference in
見えた
the
ものしか書いたらダメ？
if the lines between English and JP.
書きたいものは自分で決めないと。ほら、一緒に。
Basically the same. However, in this one she says you should draw whatever you want to draw. Again, this music's so good. Like the chorus in the background. I still find it interesting that even though she's seeing all this, you can see this is what her prophecy actually is, of her fighting against the dark tide. But what she draws at the end, when you see what she's drawn, it's not that. I like that the line up the beats as well. Like the chisel's broken. It comes to the part where she's being taken off her stride. You know. Okay. Just notice the attention to detail as well. Look at the fingers. 1 second. Just look at the fingers again. Like these minute detail. Look at that. That attention to detail is insane. That's crazy. So this is the future where Augusta is a false sovereign? I don't remember it being said in this here that Augusta is the one that's in the false sovereign. This part I'm really curious about. What does this mean?
炎が示したのは、天才的なサトシの女がセブンヒルズの未来をアンカーする姿。あの日、
What does that mean?
私は
The
人
arrow,
生を
like she didn't even aim at the false sovereign.
自分の意志によって。
Yeah, you see here, like what she saw is the stuff that we just saw about that giant battle is not what she wrote, not what she drew, should I say? So you're saying maybe this is the version of events that could have happened if we didn't already have the conclusion at the end of the first part of 2.6. So at the end of the first part of 2.6, yeah. So yeah, it's really curious. I still would like to see a version of events like of where the dark tide does happen. It does come to Septimon, and we have to, like we've been doing the what's it called, the flags thing, banners never fall or whatever it is. That I would love another version of that where it's just that again, just bigger and a little bit more difficult. I really think that, who thought the banners never fall thing was difficult? I thought it was pretty easy. I would really, I've been saying this since the start, I would really like a nightmare mode. They're bringing nightmares and nightmare echoes and everything. I would really like a nightmare mode being brought into Wuthering Waves. I've been saying this since the start in my original What I Hate About Wuthering Waves video. I don't know why they can't do it. Like just having a toggle, like where you can toggle which soul rank you're in. Soul rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would love like a soul rank nightmare or something like that, where it's just like all the enemies are red elite enemies. It's a lot more difficult, and all the bosses are, I want to say level 6 version of that, but I would say maybe like level 4, level 5 of the hologram version with the included extra attack animations and such. I would really, really like to see that. I'm open to, no, I do not want any leaks. I'm just saying what I've said before. Again, you can go back to my video of like what I hate about Wuthering Waves, like the things I don't like, the things I like in that video as well. Of course, there's a lot of stuff to like about this game, but I've been saying this. There's a lot of stuff that they need to do. A lot of stuff they have been doing, like the quality of life stuff in there. Really, really appreciate it. But there's still a lot of stuff in there that I would really like to see them bring. Is Iuno releasing today? Well, her Resonator Showcase was released today, and we just watched through all of that. But the character is not releasing until the day after tomorrow, which is a Wednesday for me. I don't know what the time is. I think, Zane, you're in around the same time difference, same time zone as me, aren't you? So Wednesday should be Wednesday. So yeah, I will actually on Wednesday. I will actually be attempt to stream that. Like as soon as the update goes live, I want to log in. I'll be live as well. Hopefully, we'll log in, pull Iuno, pull her weapon, and do all that. It depends on the server time. Yeah. So if you're on the Asia server time, it'd be a little bit earlier. Although I think, yeah, it just depends on where it is. The harder part of Banners Never Fall is just Arsenosa, the final boss, because it hits hard and has high HP. I think that's what most of the bosses... It depends, actually. Some bosses should be like that. Some bosses should be different, where the HP is the same. They just hit a lot harder. And you've got to really focus on dodging. I would like more of a heavy emphasis on dodging and parrying than just increasing HP. HP inflation in any game fucking sucks. It just does. It's roughly 10 a.m. in the Asia server when servers open. Like 10, sometimes 10:30. Last time it was like 10:30, I think, if I remember correctly. So I will go live, I'm going to say about 9:30. I'm going to say 9:30 on the day. And we'll do another waiting room for that. We'll get it all sorted. We'll log in, pull Iuno, level her up as far as we can. And yeah, it should be good. Speaking of, what's the Ascension materials for Iuno? I forgot. I forgot what the Ascension materials for Iuno are. Make sure you've got all your mats done. So for the weapon, if you're going for the weapon as well, then you need a bunch of cadence seeds. Yeah, cadence seeds, cadence buds, leaves, blossoms, and also howler cores. You need a lot of howler cores. Lovely. And for Iuno herself, you need an Abyssal Husk. One second, let me just zoom in a little bit more on that. Need Abyssal Husk, Sliver Glow. I'm always tempted to read it as Silver Glow. It's Sliver Glow, apparently. And Polygon Cores, as well as more Cadence Seeds and Netherworld Stare, as in like the Hecate boss, weekly boss one here. Did I check out the refreshed TOA? I have not. No, not yet. Which weekly item? The Hecate item. The Hecate weekly boss. The Netherworld Stare. Abyssal Husk. So I need to like really farm on the Lady of the Sea one. I've not really done that. Fuck. I need to do that. I actually have not looked at the details for this. For the weapon, you know? Increases attack by 12, 15, 18, 21, 24%. Casting intro skill or Resonance Liberation increases the Resonance Liberation damage by 20, 25, 30, blah, 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 for 15 seconds. Obtaining shield allows Resonance Liberation damage to ignore 7.2%. I'm just going to say the first one. 7.2% of the target's defense for 7 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. That is crazy. It's like 5 times 7. 5 times 7. So 21, 28, 35. 35, so 36%. Ignoring 36% of the target's defense. Upon casting intro skill, this effect reaches max stacks immediately. So just going into intro skill ignores 36. So what you want to do is like as soon as you want to intro skill and immediately pop Resonance Liberation. So you want to get that charged up, go to another character, intro skill in, Resonance Liberation to get the most damage. Because it only lasts for 3 seconds. That 3 seconds here is kind of rough, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. But that one there only that's for the full one, but you can still get 7 seconds if you like build up the stacks each by each. Damn. I have 0 tuners and I am day 1 player, and yes, I spend it all on Coletta. Now I'm cooked for Iuno. Yeah, a lot of people are like that, unfortunately. I still have tons of weekly boss chests in my inventory. Oh, nice. I'm sorry, Iuno, but you are right before Galbrena and Chuyuan. I'm actually curious. Question. Who are you pulling for? Well, let's put Iuno to the side. So Galbrena and Chuyuan. 1 for Galbrena, 2 for Chuyuan, 3 for both. So personally, I'm going to be pulling for both, but 1 on each account. Probably. For Lolo, 3, because of course you just get everyone and everything so easily. Zodrak, 1, okay. Galbrena for Zodrak there. Tag, 3. Isaac, 2. Okay, nice. 1. I've got hiccups now. 1, and if lucky, go for both. Recommended, yeah. 3, whichever comes first. 3, yeah. Iuno is waifu and Galbrena is waifu. Right. Christina Medina, 3. Okay, so there's quite a lot going for 3. 4, added Chisa, 2. I think Chisa won't be until the next patch, no? Unless you mean you're going to skip Galbrena and Chuyuan to go for Chisa? All right, that's a choice. I'm really curious how they're gonna introduce Chisa into the world and like, yeah. I wonder if they're gonna do the thing that, you know, like last year they had the Moon's Glow event type thing, where they gave Zhangli Yao out for free. Do you think they're gonna do that again? Do you think they're gonna give out another free 5-star for that Moon's Glow event, as they did for Zhangli Yao? Honestly, I would be fine if they just rerun that entire same thing again, because there's a lot of people that are new to the game, like 2.0 players, that have not experienced the Zhangli Yao quest, so they could just bring it back And if they do bring it back, make it permanent. And yeah, they could easily do that. No, I don't think so. I wish. I mean, I think we all wish. Pull all impossible to skip. I would be happy if they did. If Dante is free, anything could be free with Kuro. True, true. Maybe they give Booling for free. I don't give a fuck about Booling. Just like personally. One, so you're going for Galbrainer. Okay. Interesting. It's really weird to say that even though we're still in the middle, like literally in the middle of 2.6, I'm already looking forward to what they're going to bring for 2.7. I've seen a lot of talk about Galbrainer and Chuyuan just based on their drip marketing. And I really want to know, like, are we going to go back to Huanglong? Because Chuyuan is very clearly from the Huanglong region, right? I really want to know what's going on there. Why bullying? I'm not bullying her. I'm just saying I'm not interested. Booling feels like a 4-star with 5-star character designs. Don't personally agree, but okay, that's fine. Also, by the way, I thought this was fucking hilarious. Because, you know, like this magazine page type thing here? My friend Jezza, they have been doing like these kinds of magazine page themed character designed fan art. I think since Reseater, since Carlotta. And they do it like for all the characters. And so when I saw that, I just thought it was hilarious. I just thought it was hilarious. Like I actually commented here. You can't. I'm just gonna read it. 1 second. I said, dude, they're stealing your thing. Like seriously though, it's crazy that the magazine page theme caught on so much. Because not just Jezza, but like, because it got so big, other fan artists started doing magazine page fan art as well, which I thought was pretty cool. I think Scar got something from Huanglong, so Chuyuan have to get him back. That'd be pretty cool. I really want them to go back to Huanglong and like just explore more of that world. I want to go back and revisit some of the old characters. You know? I really do. I wonder if we're going to see Jianxin with Chuyuan's side of the story. That would be pretty interesting. You know what I think they should do? I think they should go back to Huanglong, but bring a couple of Reneseater characters with them. And if they do that, which Reneseater characters do you think they should bring back? I'm not sure. I think there should be a thing like when you go to see Changli, I think Cantarella should be there just separately from us. But a Reneseater character I think would be pretty cool to explore within Huanglong. Phoebe? I was just going to say Phoebe. Phoebe would be really cool. I think she would really enjoy that region. Phoebe, the only one that would make sense was Shikana. Okay. Karthia. Karthia would be a good choice. She's already in the Black Shores. Yeah, we have Cantorella being friends with Changli. We have Karthia being in the Black Shores, so Karthia and, let's say, Shorekeeper. Shikana should be in Jinsho. I don't remember where exactly, though. Phoebe would be on a pilgrimage. Pilgrimages have usually been for like the ones that have done bad things, but maybe they've changed it around since Fenrico's like been taken out of power and such. I don't think Zanny would. I don't think Zanny. I don't think Carlotta would either. I think they're too busy in Reneseater. I think maybe Brant could. Possibly. Do you think any new character will be joining Black Shores? I think if any character is going to join the Black Shores, it would probably be Karthia because she's already there. I don't think she's part of Black Shores right now, but I think she could easily get her own bloom and become a bloom bearer. Did you watch the Iuno trailer already? I have already. Galbrainer spoiled by splash art? I think I saw... Like, on the side? One second, let me just pull it up. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell. It's not here. I remember seeing something around here, like on her left arm, but I didn't know what it was. Maybe it was just like maybe it was just the sleeve. Splash art. Oh, wait. Ah, that. Yeah. Wait a second. Let me just zoom in again. Yeah, is that a bloom? It looks like a flower. It could be. It definitely could be. Yeah. The black flower, yeah. The Blake bloom, it's called. So much she might be connected to the Black Shores? Yeah. You know, it's really interesting. I wonder how they're going to explain it. Like, if this character is part of the Black Shores, why hadn't we heard anything about her until this point? I'm really curious, like, how they're going to explain that. Sensei, what do you prefer? Older characters getting included in the newest MSQ with only 2 lines of dialogue and the rest just standing there like an NPC, or not including them at all? That is a false dichotomy. I would much more rather they actually integrate characters, like other characters, into the story in a natural way. And I've seen a lot of people say, like, oh, they can't do it because no character can be integrated into these stories in a natural way. It's when I hear people say that, it's like hearing someone like say, like there's only one way to sharpen a blade or something like that. There's like several different ways. Like if you're like into woodworking, there are multiple different ways to sharpen a chisel, right? So when people say, oh, this is the way, this is the only way, I'm like, no, that's just the only way you know that you've seen. There are multiple other ways. They definitely could have introduced other characters into the story and not have them feel out of place. Again, that's not our job. I could give plenty of plot points, plot reasons, ways to integrate older characters into the story. I could do that. But I just know for a matter of fact that if I did, people say, well, no, actually. I'm like, all right, just shut the fuck up. Because a lot of things in the story that we have that are actually in the story, if they weren't canon, and I'd given those as examples, people could just say, well, no, actually, like, if we didn't know that Wuthering was going to be in the story, in the first part of 2.6, and I said, I think they could integrate Wuthering into the story. And people say, well, actually, I don't think that would make sense, because she's part of the Black Shores. Why would she be part of the Hunt? The Hunt has nothing to do with the Black Shores. Why are we bringing Wuthering into there? Shut the fuck up. She's in it, because they integrated her into a way, didn't they? So that's the point. There are ways to integrate older characters into the story. The only reason why you can't think of that is, honestly, for a lack of creativity on your part. You know? So whenever I hear people say they can't do that, shut up. Because they absolutely can. You know why they can? Because they're the ones in charge. So whatever they say goes. That's just something we all have to accept. But what it is, like, I can accept that that's what it is, but I can also disagree. Like, I think they could do better. You know? It applies to all fiction. X can happen because author can do whatever they want. Exactly. It is. It just literally is. But the thing is, I'm using it as a counter argument to you, Flolo. You know? That's my argument. Anyway, saying that it needs to make sense, well, that's their job. And they could absolutely make it make sense. Like, say, for example, Shakona or Brant. Brant could just be, well, Brant's already in Septimont. And he's not like bound by any laws or anything. He can do whatever the fuck he likes. There are many different ways they can integrate characters into the story. But again, that's not our job, that's their job. No, Fololo. What I'm saying is, before we went into the story of 2.6, before we found out the first part of the Hunt, if I had said, in the upcoming story, I want to see them integrate Wuthering into the story, the same people right now that are saying they can't do that because that wouldn't make sense would be just as wrong then as they are now when I say they can integrate other characters into the story too. Because they did make it make sense, well, according to you anyway, and I'm not disagreeing, saying there are ways of going about that, but we're just arguing in circles now. So, I have looked at this here. I want to just refresh. I want to look at the comments, see what the comments are. She has the power to see destiny, but fights against it more than anyone else. I'm just like looking at against a lot of these here. Really love the revealing scenes. Sexy costumes, cool. The recent PVs, the recent trailers are like movies. I was overwhelmed from start to finish and was left speechless. I'm really looking forward to the tides, to the dark tide. Yeah, I can't really see anyone saying anything good. Again, the same thing that I saw in the combat showcase as well. A lot of people just really looking forward to the upcoming update. So yeah, I want to do this on the fly. Thank you all so much for being here. I have to go because I am sweating my ass off. I don't know if you can like, can you see that? Gross, it's disgusting. So, do you think going for the weapon is worth it? If you have the pulls, go for it. It depends. Like it is. It's hard to explain. It depends on the character. I can't say definitely yes, definitely no. It just depends. Like, are you gonna pull them? Are you gonna like play them as main on-field DPS or sub DPS, or are you gonna play them as supports? Supports don't really need the weapons as much, so it depends. It depends. Right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Peace.